Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Bankster DFS MLB Hit and Run Daily Quick Hit, April 5th, 2021. My name is Doug Shane at Bankster17 on Twitter. You can find our work, banksterdfs.com, $3.99 a week. Get you access to all of our daily articles, player pools, and Slack chat, and that covers all DFS sports, not just Major League Baseball. We've got NBA, NHL, had a member take down a GPP last night in NHL. We've got MMA, PGA, NASCAR, soccer, all the major sports, niche sports, college sports. We've even got NFL offseason. Michael Gudadero coming through with best ball and dynasty work. Again, that's banksterdfs.com, $3.99 a week. Get you access to everything that we do, articles, player pools, and Slack chat. Let's take a look at how we did yesterday for the MLB main slate on Sunday. Yesterday was Sunday. Not bad. Had ourselves a pretty good day. Cash line hit very easily, and since we are a cash-focused site, we like to go 80% cash, 20% GPP. Cash pool turned out well. Those players that are in bold were our main cash plays. The non-bold players were more one-off types, and got the pitching right, I think. For the most part, pitching turned out okay. Aaron Savale did fine for Cleveland, didn't dominate, but he was okay. Michael Pineda, listen, 5 innings, 5 strikeouts. Would have liked to have seen another inning, but did come away with the win. Pineda paid off, did okay. And Zach Davies was fine for cash. Ended up giving up a couple runs in that last inning he pitched, but he was good enough to get you on the cash line. The only pitcher who really did well that we didn't have as a cash play was Ian Anderson. We did have him. You could see at the bottom of the screen there. He was a GPP play. Had a question on Twitter actually about him, and said, listen, Zach Davies was more of a cash play for us, and Ian Anderson was more of a GPP upside play. And boy, did that upside come through. Really did well against the Phillies. Turned out to be quite the game for him. But listen, no regrets having him as a GPP play. The only player that really stunk it up was Domingo Germán. We had him as a GPP play. Ended up not doing as well as we had hoped, but otherwise, taking a look at the pool, we like Baltimore as a sneaky stack. We like Texas as a sneaky stack. Both of them came through. Had Cedric Mullins, Trey Mancini, Tyler Naquin, JD Martinez. You could see our core of Jose Ramirez, Joey Gallo, Carlos Santana. Santana didn't do what we kind of hoped he would. Would have been better to put Mancini in there as a core play, but obviously, hindsight's 2020, and Santana didn't get you a 0, so he was fine. Ramirez was great. Gallo was fine. But he threw Cedric Mullins. We had JD Martinez in a lot of cash game. You did okay. Kansas City, not our best call. St. Louis, Cincinnati didn't come through the way we kind of hoped it would. Yankees were a huge disappointment. But Boston is a stack. GPP wasn't as good yesterday. We did have those sneaky stacks though. Baltimore, Texas, throw Ian Anderson in there. He did okay. But hey, our focus again is cash line hit. And let's see where we're going today for cash or GPPs. What do we got going on today? One guy that we got in there, he is not a core play for us, but I have him in my cash lineup. I think he's going to find his way to the lineup today for Chicago, and that's Jake Marisnick. Jake Marisnick's right-handed bat, specializes against lefties, going up against Brett Anderson, who is he's not great. He's kind of a steady Eddie player. He doesn't get bombed too much, but Jake Marisnick at $2,600, he's a player that I know the team wants to find at-bats for. And so I do think he's going to be in there, probably hitting middle, bottom of the order, 6, maybe hitting 6th or 7th. We'll see when the lineups are actually announced. But I think Jake Marisnick's going to be in there. $2,600. He's a nice, cheap option to help you spend up a little bit on some of the players that you're going to want to spend up on for cash today. And then as a pitcher for an SP2, listen, you're obviously using Jacob deGrom. You don't need me to tell you to use Jacob deGrom in cash. Today, he's by far the best pitcher on the slate. But where you go with your SP2, it really matters because there's just not a lot of great pitchers on the slate. And a guy I'm looking at a little bit is Nick Pivetta. He's always been a guy I liked, high strikeout pitcher, finished 2020 strong with 10 innings, 13 strikeouts over his last 2 games, had 20 DraftKings points in both of those games. At some point, Boston's turning it around. I would like to think. They're not going to be an elite team, but they're not as bad as they're playing right now. Pivetta, again, an upside guy. He's under $7,000. I have no problem using him in cash games. I'd prefer probably to use him to GPP for the strikeout upside, and just because the Rays can be a little bit plucky. But if you're going to pair him with deGrom in cash, I do think there are other options you can go with as well at the low end. But Nick Pivetta is a guy I'm looking for, particularly, again, as a GPP upside play. But cash if you feel like you need to spend down and don't trust some of the other players at the lower end. If you want to find the rest of our player pool, please check us out, banksterdfs.com. We also have our daily article. It's called The Hit and Run. $3.99 a week gets you access to not just that, but all of the DFS sports that we cover. It gives you all of our articles. I know the NHL article, I just talked to Josh Hook, and he is working on that right now. The NHL article is going to come out a little bit later on today. You get our player pools. You'll have that NHL player pool. We have an NBA player pool for today. And of course, our Slack chat, which I'm recording this at like 6:30 in the morning, West Coast time, and our Slack chat's already bumping. Our betting is being updated. Our MLB is being talked in. Our NHL has some talk going on right now. We've already got things going. We've got channels for all the sports. Come check us out, and it's all included. $3.99 a week, banksterdfs.com. And if you want to see what we do, but you don't want to lay the money out right now, I get that. I'm cool with that. Hit me up on Twitter at Bankster17. Send me a DM and say, hey man, give me a couple of days free preview, and I'll let you take a look at what we do for a few days. So shoot me a message, and we'll get you a free preview of Bankster DFS. And again, all that can be found banksterdfs.com. This was your MLB Hit and Run Daily Quick Hit. My name is Doug Shane. We will check you out again tomorrow. banksterdfs.com. Have a great day, and we will see you later.